Hello everyone, Scott here again. I just got out of seeing Ready Player One on Friday. It's Sunday. I know I'm late to this to put this up, but I did see it, and this is an interesting one. This is Spielberg's best box office in 10 years since the last Indiana Jones. It made 60 million less than that one did, but that's not here nor there. Ready Player One is based on the book by Ernest Cline, I think Ernest R. Cline, where this online virtual world is literally being played for by people hunting the creator's Easter egg, because when he died, he said whoever finds it will get control of the Oasis. It's known as Pop Culture the Book. It's like the promo ads even call it the Pop Culture Holy Grail and Unfilmable and things like that because of all the stuff. But I looked up stuff about the book specifically because the idea of like Dungeons and Dragons spells are in it. Blade Runner is prominent. Ultraman is in there as well. Things like that. And it's very heavy based on 80s nostalgia. Partially because of the author and the idea, but because the guy who made the Oasis loves that era so much that he references that, and that's how you're going to have to find the game. So people become 80s pop culture experts in this situation. The movie, same thing, same idea, but it does new stuff. It's very Roger Rabbit. Kind of what Wreck-It Ralph wanted to do, because there's literally Street Fighter and Ninja Turtles and Battletoads. Gundam was shown in the trailers. Back to the Future, obviously, with the car. Harley Quinn and the Joker are in the trailers, so is Gandalf. You can see in the racing scene the A-Team, a Tron bike, which is actually Kaneda's bike from Akira, but there's the Atari logo on it. Hello Kitty running around, Marvin the Martian's there at one point. There, I believe, are Battletech things also in there. I thought I saw Warcraft. I know I saw StarCraft. There's a lot of stuff, and it was deemed unfilmable because of that. But when Spielberg got involved, okay. Now, the interesting thing about all that is he actually didn't want his stuff included because he didn't want it to be like a vanity project. Even though everybody else was like, you got to put in Gremlins and Indiana Jones and come on. And that stuff's in there. The stuff does make an appearance. It's there. But like the one main thing they couldn't get was Star Wars. And that's kind of a big omission, right? But they actually referenced it because at one point Ben Mendelsohn, who was in Rogue One, mentions the Millennium Falcon. So they get around it. They don't actually show the stuff, but they bring it up. So that's your way around it. It's pretty cool seeing that. The movie itself is a lot of fun. It is absolutely 100% references the movie. But it's not boring when it's not being references the movie. When they're just trying to like survive in the real world, it's good. It's Spielberg knows what he's doing. And there's a bit when he's just trying to put a key in a lock and it's tense. But it's a key in a lock with Spielberg. He knows what he's doing. I refuse to talk about specifics. There is a climactic battle scene which involves the Gundam, which is amazing because of what he's fighting. Obviously, it's a crossover-y thing, but I never thought I would see that happen. It was very cool. There are bits of, I will say this one because they showed him in the trailers like Battletoads and Overwatch stuff and Turtles. There's a bit where there's a Battletoad and a Ninja Turtle fighting side by side. That's happened now. That's a thing. I never thought I'd see that. There's the Zemeckis bomb, which is like a time thing, and it makes the doo-doo-doo-doo noise. The Holy Hand Grenade is in it. Monty Python was pretty big, actually, in the main book. And Parzival is actually a cool reference. Parzival is the name, and they mention it there, but he's the guy who did not join with the Knights and wanted to find the Holy Grail on his own. Parzival refuses to join any guild or clan because he wants to find the Easter egg on his own, right? But on the flip side, Artemis is the goddess of the hunt, and that's the other character, and get it? So it's simple enough, but it's like, oh, that's good reference. Now, when they got where they were going with the movie, and they revealed what the challenge was, I knew what it was immediately. And I refuse to believe that these people who have spent, in movie terms, 5 years reviewing every single bit of pop culture, be it the He-Man stuff on a lunchbox that he's got in his little office, to every single Atari game talking about Howard Warshaw, or stuff like that. I refuse to believe that nobody would have figured it out when there's literally a team of experts thinking of it One of them does figure it out, but not in time before the hero, obviously. But they would have been like, oh no, that, because I knew that. I was immediately like, oh yeah, this. I'm not an expert on the pop culture stuff, but I know it, and I have it. If you were the expert on it, you would know. Especially when the point is to find the creator's Easter egg. I'm guaranteeing that some people are like, oh, I know what it is. If you're watching this, it's probably like, oh, yeah, no, it's that. And I was like, that's brilliant. That's really, really good. I really enjoyed that being what it is. So that's my spoilery, not spoilery version of talking about it. They reference stuff that makes sense and reference stuff that you would never expect. Like, the Iron Giant goes down in lava. You can probably guess what happens. They go into a horror movie, and it's shot for shot perfect until they bump something, and now it's different, but keeps going tonally with them in it. It's insane. It got the biggest laughs, and it was that. It was ridiculously good. And then the follow-up, because what the whole point is you go through the challenge and you get the key. You need 3 keys to open it at the end. Well, when you get the key, you had to do the challenge to do it. And if no one saw you do it, you got to do it. So eventually he's on the scoreboard, right? Parzival. And then the person who helped him gets it, and then his friends, and then it goes from there. But when they got the second key, people knew what it was, but it was so hard to do because it was the horror movie. The scene is hilarious showing what happens from there. So it's really good. Spielberg is just a master at this stuff. And I love this movie. I can't wait to buy it. I kind of want to go back and watch it again in theaters. That's how good it was. And yeah, I still might only give it like a 3.5 out of 5. Like maybe a 4. Maybe a 4. But I really liked it. Now, does it hold up to scrutiny when you really step back and look later? Probably not. But I'm not about that. I like in the moment. I like to see what it is and enjoy it. And I absolutely did. This movie must be seen on a big screen if you have the chance. Oh my God. This the stuff. There were scenes when I'm watching it and I'm in disbelief of what I'm looking at. But the whole idea of the Oasis, the opening of it says like the reason people like this, and it's kind of like escalation caused it, is that the Oasis opened and people had a way to escape because population was kind of going like this. And now they could escape that and go into here. But because of the success of this, population in certain areas went up, especially in Cleveland. That's where it takes place, because that's where the Oasis founding was. So that place gets even bigger, which means more in the Oasis. And it's kind of like that. But you can go into the Oasis. You can change what you are, who you are, what gender, what age, what race. You could be anything. And I don't mean just like white or black or anything like that. Like you want to be an alien? Okay, you can. You can do anything, because the idea there also is a bit of public domain being wide open by the time of 2045. So yeah, Ready Player One is a lot of fun. I do recommend it. Absolutely check that one out. Thanks for watching, though. Do check out my stuff on Cyclops Scott on Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter, GuiltyPleasureCinema.com. I'm also on Reckless Eating and Jobber Radio. Lots of stuff going on. Check all that one out. I just did one for Tomb Raider. I'm uploading one for Pacific Rim as well. And also, every Sundays at 4, I do Twitch streams. This is on there as well. Hello. I do Lego builds and just talk movies and stuff there also. Plus, Box Officer is back as well. So lots of stuff going on. Check all that out. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.